Adventures with Valerie Brown. And today's episode is a Cooking Keto with Val. And we're going to make a keto Philly cheesesteak casserole. Now the recipe that you're going to be shown is for 8 people. And that's pretty expensive to make this dish. It's going to cost you between $15 to $20 to make this. But it is keto friendly, and each serving is about 4 carbs of keto. But I cut it in half. And to save some time, I've done a little bit of work with this. And I've already taken the shaved steak. They have 2 different types of Philly cheesesteak, and I've cooked it up in here, as well as I've cooked up the peppers and onions. I'm going to give you the ingredients in just a minute, because I wanted to save time, because all it really is just cooking for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So we still have a little more cooking to go. So I'm going to turn this on now. So with this, if you do the full recipe, it takes 2 pounds of shaved steak, salt and pepper, 1 tablespoon of the avocado oil, chopped onion, 1 chopped onion, 1 bell pepper cut into 1/2-inch strips. I use green, but you can use red, yellow, orange. A teaspoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of butter, 3/4 cup of beef broth, and 4 ounces of cream cheese, as well as 16 ounces of grated provolone. So what I did is I cut it in half. So I have a pound already cooked, pre-cooked, of the shaved steak, and you're going to preheat the oven to 350, and you're going to season the steak with salt and pepper to taste. So I cooked it up, and it took me about 10 minutes to cook it all up. I'm going to use the avocado oil to cook it in over medium-high heat, and you're going to cook it until brown, again about 2 inches on each side, and you're going to remove it from the heat. Now you're going to add the onions and peppers, again, which I've already done, because we're going to cook those for 6 minutes until softened, and it's kind of boring. This is where I start now. I didn't add the garlic powder, which is 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I am now to it. It smells wonderful already, without even doing anything to it. We've got a tablespoon of butter. Doesn't want to come out yet. Let's see. That we are going to melt, and once we've melted it, we're going to add in, because I cut the recipe in half, I only added a 1/2 cup of beef broth. It would have been 3/4 of a cup if you'd had a full amount. We're going to bring it to a simmer, and then we're going to add the cream cheese until the cream cheese is melted. So this is just going to take a little bit of time. And so while I'm waiting for this to be done, I can tell you about this apron. I was on the Top Chef show, but I was on Celebrity Cruises at Sea. And if you did well on the cruise ship on the stage with this, then it was filmed and shown on the TV show. But unfortunately, I was partnered with someone who wasn't doing so well. It was very messy. So I got the apron out of it, but I didn't get to be seen on the real Top Chef stuff. But it was still a lot of fun. We had fun on the cruise ship. I had a very messy partner. So here I've got the butter already going, and I've got the broth just brought up to a boil. And now I'm going to take this cheese, I'm going to bring this down, bring the cream cheese in, and we're going to stir it until it's melted. Now they recommend cutting it into cubes before you put it in there, but it went pretty fast all on its own. And I'll be honest, I've never used this cooking element before. So it's coming along. And I did want to show something. My daughter-in-law Jennifer, has a low-carb cooking thing on Facebook. And it's a new keto product out there that I've just found today. One of her friends that are in this group brought this, and you can get it at Sprouts. So it's pita bread, it's keto pita bread, and it's a little higher in carbs than I want it to be. It's about 8 carbs per pita bread, but it's something. It's a different alternative sandwich, possibly. You know, some things get really boring, and I really like bread. I don't know about you, but I like bread. So it's something else to try. Again, you can get that at Sprouts. All right, so now I'm going to add some of this to it, about 2/3 of it. And you know, you can't buy grated cheese anymore. Grated provolone cheese. You can only buy it in the slices. I have to do all my own personal grating for this. It's melting beautifully. It looks beautiful. I don't know if you can see that, but it's coming on great. Now, if you did the entire casserole, you would use one of the big flat casserole dishes. Otherwise, you can use an 8x8, something smaller like I did for this one. All right, so I'm going to bring this over here. Smells great. Combining all of this together, and then I'm going to bake in the oven, in the 350 oven, for about 35-40 minutes. Where's my pan for it? So whenever I do any of these dishes, I spray them with Pam first, or some kind of cooking spray. I just do it. Makes it easier to clean up in the end. They don't necessarily call for that, but I do it. So you're going to put it in here, kind of evenly on all sides. And then you're going to take the remaining cheese. This is you know, other than being a little time consuming and a little bit expensive, this is very easy to make. And I love Philly cheesesteaks. I personally prefer them with bread. Boy, I love Philly cheesesteaks. And I'd much rather have them with bread. All right, so this is what it looks like before it goes into the oven. And this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. It's just been freshly made. So I'm going to try it. It looks good to me, but I'm going to try it. This is so good. This is like the real thing without bread. I don't know how you can say it's a real thing without bread, but it is. This is very good, and I can recommend you making this. This is a really nice recipe that I can recommend for a keto diet. So again, that was Keto Philly Cheesesteak. I hope you enjoyed watching this. It is very good. I would recommend it. It is a little bit expensive to make, but it's tasty. And if you cut it in half, it's not too bad. Now you've got approximately $8 for 4 people, so it's not too bad. But I'm Valerie Brown of Travel Adventures with Valerie Brown, and this is Cooking Keto with Val. And don't forget, I have a blog also, www.TAWVB.com. I have other keto recipes there as well. Please like, subscribe this YouTube video. Please like, subscribe my blog, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot.